just, I mean, I shouldn't actually even been a handyman. I'm pretty bad at that sort of stuff. And so,
Did you make a living though?
yeah, I mean,
Okay,
got enough
cool.
made enough to get by. But
Okay.
going to a job every day that you're bad at and that you don't like is a tough gig.
No, true.
And I was like, this is it. This is my final out. And we got to the set, and they were like, listen, that back wall over there, we want you guys to paint it while the interview happens in the front. So I was like, okay, and when do you want us to like talk? And they're like, no. Your whole job is to make sure that wall is painted before the interview's finished. I was like, okay, this throws a span in the works. So that entire episode, I was painting this wall, turning back to try and get some FaceTime on the old moneymaker. And I was painting, and I was like trying to, and they're like, no, keep turn around. We don't want you, don't distract the interview. And after that, I was like, that's okay. Maybe someone noticed like my work ethic, and it's one of those funny things. Nothing, absolutely zero. I didn't even get more handyman work from that. So sometimes in life, these opportunities do present themselves, and it's a dud.
So it's expectation versus we do reality, right?
No, that's exactly.
I'm sure you couldn't sleep the night before.
I was giddy with excitement. I was like,
Yeah.
this is where my life changes. And like even at that point, I was kind of pushing myself day to day. It wasn't a great time, and so for that to have been my art would have been absolutely colossal. But it didn't happen that way, and who knows?
And then what after that? What you were distraught, I'm sure. You were disappointed.
Feel the heat. No holding back, no playing it safe. We're taking up space, we're setting the pace. Louder than ever. Here we come. Unfiltered.
And Lizandri's going to kill me, but here we go. And we're back with another exciting episode. She hates me doing that. Of Unfiltered AF, guys. And we can keep that in because we do have honest conversations here. And today, we pinned him down, guys. We pinned him down. And this guy, needs no introduction. Themba Robin. Most of you love him. Most of you know him with the incredible intellectual, but humorous skits that you do, having a dig at certain things in South Africa, right?
Yeah.
But also voiceover artist, comedian. You've brought smiles to many a South African in the last how many years, Themba? Welcome on Unfiltered.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for that introduction. It makes me feel it's Vicky trots.
Well, I did hit a pothole there in the beginning. What do you call a pothole?
Replaces my tyasis every weekest.
Behind me is a family of South African potholes. Scientifically named, they replace this metiasis every weekest. Extinct only in the Western Cape, the South African pothole is far superior to other species found elsewhere in the world.
There'll be a link to that video, guys. You need to go and watch that. That's how I got to learn Themba. Although I didn't know he was Themba at that point in time. I had my lines crossed there. I must be honest.
Many people.
But we're not going to go there.
Yeah, it'll probably come up at some point, but
that's what I was processing. We're not going to get there. So, guys, if you do know what we're talking about, drop a comment. What is it that we are actually referring to here now between Themba and myself?
the crossed wires. It happens often. People take a photo with me, and they go, "Sure, my grand's gonna love this photo," and I go, Then I just leave it.
Yeah, you are taller, aren't you?
Taller, younger by like 20 years.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah. Editors, don't give it away, okay? I love how we can talk about this and we know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Right?
It's like an inside story, a little inside joke.
Do you remember Inside Story? They don't taste like what they used to.
No, nothing tastes like how it used to.
Nah.
There's some big chocolate brands out there who have changed their recipes. One breakfast brand has gotten into trouble with that, and it's not even.
Yeah, that's quite recent now.
Yeah.
They're contentious.
Stick to what we like, guys.
But we've got the OG here today. So Themba, lucky introduction, love it. So tell us, Themba, you've been in the South African market, in the influencer space, in the entertainment space now for quite a couple of years.
Yeah, I think looking back now, it's all a bit of a blur, but it's probably the better part of about 7 years, 5, 6, 7 years.
So just around COVID.
Yeah.
Just actually 2019, that's 7 years.
And I hate that because that's so not unique. Every time you ask somebody, so when did you start making content? And they go, it was COVID. And I'm like, so I'm one of those, yeah.
But yes, you are one of those. But the reality of it is, you are one of those that continued with what you were doing or what you did start, because a lot of people stopped.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think it's a tough industry. Staying relevant is a difficult thing.
Yes.
The world changes very quickly, and I mean, as we've heard, people are very eager to cancel lots of people. And I do a talk on sort of social media for youngsters and stuff, and I always say, look, man, you don't have to have a plan, but make sure you've got something tangible to offer the world, because we keep having all these people blow up. I actually call it the Hak Toa theory.
The Hak Toa.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that girl.
Hak Toa.
Hak Toa. Oh, sorry, am I saying it? My pronunciation is
Oh my word. I'm a visual thinker, Themba, and that whole video is playing in my head now.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's a dark place. So I mean, if you look at scenarios like that poor girl, she got instantly famous, like overnight. But back at the ranch, and she tried to do a podcast, she tried to do a whole lot of things, but she didn't have anything tangible to actually offer people. So people, when the whole world was looking, she was like, what do I give them? And she tried her best, but everyone's like, wow, you're actually boring.
Yeah, and that imploded on her, right?
Yeah, so now she's almost worse off than she was before. So, sticking around in the social space is a tough one. But yeah, lucky.
Do you think it's lucky, or do you think it's an acumen that you developed?
I like the thought that it's an acumen, and I think luck. It's the old John T. Rhodes thing. The more I practice, the luckier I get.
And the more consistent you are, the luckier you get as well, right?
You're consistently putting yourself in positions to grab that good luck. There's lots of good luck and opportunities going around. It's just a lot of people miss an opportunity and they think that's their only thing. And I was sharing a story the other day. I started doing adverts. That was like my sort of first little shtick, is I did an advert here or there. And I wanted to be on TV and like do this sort of thing, but I didn't know how I was going to get there. But I just, kept trying stuff, and I'd done 1 or 2 adverts. And I was working in the handyman space. So that was like my origin story. Some kicking things, yeah. And I got, one of the companies we worked for was going on the Expresso Show. And they phoned us and they were like, listen, we want to take one of our contractors on with us. To talk a little bit. And so I was like, brilliant, this is it. This is my big break. This is where the world is going to see me. There's going to be a producer somewhere. Yeah. He is going to pick me up, and then, I'm going to be able to tell.
You're going to star on the next Leon Schuster film.
The reboot, the 2020.
I had to.
Hopefully all the comments are in by now. But I legit, I was like, man, I've been grafting for like 2-3 years. I shouldn't actually even been a handyman. I'm pretty bad at that sort of stuff. And so,
did you make a living though?
Yeah, I mean, made enough to get by. But going to a job every day that you're bad at and that you don't like is a tough gig.
No, true.
And I was like, this is it. This is my final out. And we got to the set, and they were like, listen, that back wall over there. We want you guys to paint it while the interview happens in the front. So I was like, okay, and when do you want us to talk? And they're like, no. Your whole job is to make sure that wall is painted before the interview's finished. I was like, okay, this throws a span in the works. So that entire episode, I was painting this wall, turning back to try and get some FaceTime on the old moneymaker. And I was painting, and I was like trying to, and they're like, no, keep turn around. We don't want you. Don't distract the interview. And after that, I was like, that's okay. Maybe someone noticed like my work ethic, and it's one of those funny things. Nothing, absolutely zero. I didn't even get more handyman work from that. So sometimes in life, these opportunities do present themselves, and it's a dud.
So it's expectation versus we do reality, right?
No, that's exactly.
I'm sure you couldn't sleep the night before.
I was giddy with excitement. I was like, this is where my life changes. And like even at that point, I was kind of pushing myself day to day. It wasn't a great time. And so for that to have been my art would have been absolutely colossal. but it didn't happen that way, and who knows?
And then what after that? What you were distraught, I'm sure. You were disappointed.
Yeah, no, it wasn't ideal, but you know, and I think this is what happens for a lot of people when you're in a tough situation. You kind of, there's comfort in it, you know. It's not. I mean, it's not great.
It's like taking a sip of lemon water.
Why don't you like lemon water? What's wrong with water?
Or green tea. Okay.
Okay, green tea. I know it's supposed to be healthy for you. There's no lack in there.
Everybody's shaking their heads here, so I don't know what that means. It's either for us or it's because of the green tea.
Well,
oh no, it's for us apparently. Okay, I think let's move on.
So then, man, I always had a couple of sort of pots on the stove. So that time I was also doing quiz nights and that sort of thing. So I'd quiz all over Joburg, and then I, during COVID, started making content, and that just became a bit of a runaway train. And I never thought of it actually as a way to make money. And like my whole thing is, I just love seeing people laugh. I love seeing people be happy, and so that's sort of why I set out to do it. I never had really any plan of making any sort of economical advances, but it worked out. And so, here we are today. I get to sit alongside yourself and share my story and be unfiltered.
Well, you floored me now there, Themba. I'm speechless.
Doesn't need to compliment him more, isn't it?
Oh, thank you. I don't do well with compliments, but you know, at the end of the day, we are truly honored to have you here because your stature, because of where you're at. We're a small show in a big pond, or a small fish in a big pond.
Small fish, big pond.
Yeah, that one rather. Sorry, I'm Afrikaans. I'm getting my idioms and wat ook al deur my crazy so. But anyways, so we are honored to have you to come and tell your story. But after that, you said during COVID you shot to fame. And I'm using the word fame because it is what it is. Everybody will say you're famous because you walk through a mall. There's Themba. Can we get a photo? Can I get your autograph? And you're like, yes, okay, fine. But in that, don't you get tired?
So the economics of fame, I think, have changed quite drastically with the introduction of social media. So, traditionally, if you made a film and you're the actor,
painting the wall in the back.
It's not that film. That's, I've put that behind
Sorry, I'm
me.
digressing.
But in previous, before, if you made a film, you're the actor. You spend time shooting the film. You've put it out to the world. People can enjoy it.
Yes,
right?
you're a movie star.
But I don't owe you anything. I've already given you the thing.
Yeah.
Whereas social media nowadays, it's like this constant transactional relationship. So a lot of people will come, ask for photos, and other people come to me and they go, "Oh, doesn't it upset you? Don't you get over it?" And I say, not really, because that for me is indicative that people are still positively responding to me, and if I start behaving in a bad manner and pushing people away, that will then reflect in numbers, and
that's going to affect the viability of your income.
Yeah, that's exactly it, and that's not the bottom line. Let's not make it all about money, but because at the end of the day, like I say, it really is truly something to see happy people, and I've been very lucky to have, like, I've had a couple of people message me and they say, this is the first time I've laughed since this tragedy happened, or sometimes on the comments people say, boy, I really needed that laugh today.
Yeah.
And to be able to go, okay, cool, we know that everybody's battling in some way or form. To be able to be that little reprieve for someone is really it's an honor for myself. So, if somebody wants to take a photo, hell yeah. Like, the one at a time, please. But I'm just kidding.
Can we take a photo after this episode?
Of course.
Okay, so with that, Themba, family, you've got a family. And how does this affect your family? Because I know something that's important for you is family first, isn't it?
Yeah, no, 100%. Look, I think it's probably one of those things that I've discovered later on in my life. as a young man, you think life is very simple and it's fast cars and having a good time kind of thing. And a little bit later, and I think especially having kids, you learn that there's a lot more to life. Life is a lot more valuable than you initially perceive it to be. And so I think my family's taught me a lot of lessons, and having my own family has taught me a lot of lessons as a man. And so I really do value that.
I want to touch on a topic here. You can tell me if you don't want to continue with this, but as a man in South Africa, provider, father figure, husband, people look up to you, your family looks up to you. Does that add pressure?
Look, there's a lot of pressure in terms of people looking up to you. I think I'm on the bottom rung of hierarchy in my house. It's like the 2 kids, my wife, then I'm somewhere at the bottom. So people always ask, how do you stay so humble? I'm like, because I've got 2 kids at home that couldn't care a less whether I've been on the TV or whatever. They're like, you got to come wipe my bum. Like that's it. So I think there's a lot of pressure as modern men, because you're not just the guy that goes to work and comes home, pats the kids on the head. I always think of the dad from Mary Poppins. I don't know when last anybody watched Mary Poppins, but the dad comes home from work and he does that, and he goes, right, go bath, I'm going to go sit in my office or whatever. And so that's changed, and so you have to actually be you don't have to be. I think lots of guys choose to be involved. You have to be compassionate now, so you've got to be the strong guy at work, but then maybe a softer guy at home. And it's like my wife is she's in logistics, which is a very demanding job. So there's a lot of times you've got to pick up the slack. So I think the role of the modern man has changed quite a bit, and with that comes a lot of pressure. So it's not even pressure from home. I think it's external pressure. You want your kids to fit in at school, and so you want to be able to provide what they need, if it's the new sneakers or whatever it is.
The new Nikes or something like that.
Yeah. So every now and then I wish we could live on an island and we didn't have all these things. So I think there's definitely pressure. It's changed a little bit though.
Okay, but what do you think? Why did that change?
Well, I think the evolution of industry. We've got lots more ladies working. Women are really powerful in the workplace now.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Rightfully so.
Some of the most influential people, and like I listen to a lot of podcasts. I feel like I'm justifying it now. I'm like, this is the way the world is, and this is how it should be. So I think with that transition, there's come a lot of change. There's been a lot of changes, and I think men also are like, hey, I'm happy to maybe be involved with the kids, and I want to take my kid to practice and that sort of thing. So there's been a nice blend, but I think as society, there was no playbook. We always had these cut-out roles, and now we've kind of blended everything, and everyone's like, well, I'm not too sure. And so there's no like single place where all the rules are written down for us. So everyone's kind of making it up as they go, and trial and error is a difficult thing.
So I want to touch on a contentious topic quickly that's leading out to this, and that is something about control. So if we look at families of 40, 50 years ago, there was a lot of control that was implemented, and I might be crucified for asking this question, I don't know. So, because like you rightly said, watching that Mary Poppins movie, the husband, the provider, he went to work, he comes home, pats the kids in the head, and then he goes and decompresses. That's the new term these days. You go and decompress, his wife serves him his food, and that's the old traditional model, but in a way, and I'm not saying it's control, but it's a system that conditioned to control. It's not intentional from that person or whatever the case. So I'm not having a dig at anybody here, but where we are today, especially I think in South Africa, we've got amazing opportunity to freedom, freedom that we can all live by in terms of this now. You do work for yourself essentially. Yes, you're building a family, you've got your kids, you've got your wife, but there's that freedom as well to say that I can go to my kids' game. I can take a couple of days off. We can in the school. I don't know if your kids are on school holiday right now.
They've just gone back. I love you guys, but thank you.
So it's new freedom for you now.
Yeah, man.
But in that, things have changed, right? And this is where your type of career, is your career, benefits your family as well, isn't it? That you do have this freedom. Yes, you do work late nights. Yes, you do travel. Yeah. Yes, you are away from home every now and then. But when you are home, you can structure your schedule according to your family's needs as well. Isn't that true?
Yeah. So again, it's a double-edged sword. I'm very blessed that I can pick my kids up from school. I mean, even this morning, my wife took the kids to school, but I actually drove behind. I was like, I'll just come with on the way to the office, kind of thing. So I'm very lucky to be able to do that sort of thing. The downside of that, or the crux of that, is whereas if you're working a traditional job, your salary comes in something's got to go colossally wrong at a high level, and then even still you'll get paid out and whatever. Whereas there's moments when I'm playing with my kid, I'm going, you get a text and they say, this gig's been cancelled. I'm going, okay, I need to find a way to replace that gig
reconfigure the budget.
Take that holiday off.
Or I had to pay that.
It's from Paris to Paris, the holiday now. So there is that sort of a pressure, and I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say there's times where I'm driving down the road where I'm going, which one gives you more freedom? Being able to just go and drive and visit your kids, or not visit your kids, like pick your kids up and whatever.
Visit your kids.
Visit them at the house. That is a sense of freedom. But then you're also jailed by this mental thing where you're going, I'm constantly worrying about 6 months ahead, and have you planned about 6 months ahead, and have you got things in place, because you don't know, next month could be a quiet month, and So you're almost mentally jailed, whereas if you work a traditional job, you're kind of physically jailed in your office or your cubicle or something, and by that 9 to 5. But your weekend's your weekend. And when you knock off at 5 p.m., X can't phone you. They can bill them for the extra hours or whatever. I'm going to put my overtime in. So then you're almost a little more free, because work starts again tomorrow, or it starts again on Monday. Whereas I'm sitting on a Saturday going, should I make some content about things? I'm wondering if this would be a good opportunity for a brand collab. So you're constantly in that space of like, how do I monetize everything? That kind of thing, which is a little bit, it's a tiring thing, because your brain's always on. And then are you actually, I've got one of my favorite quotes since I've had my kids is, wherever you are, be there. And so if you're at work, be at work. Or if you're at home with the family, be there. Don't be thinking about emails and that sort of thing. And that's very hard to do in our line of work.
So, but which one would you choose if you had the opportunity today? I say, Themba, here's a corporate job paying you, put a number to it, you can put a number to it, you want that number, or here's your career currently have. Which one would you choose?
Oh man, it is a tough one, because safety and stability is just such a big part of life. But I feel like I'm a bit of a thrill seeker, and I've worked jobs, like I've worked for bosses before, and there's something about it. I mean, even before I started making content, I used to sell gin, and I had to go around like.
Did you sample
visiting
the product?
Listen, don't get high on your own supply is what they say. But I had to sort of follow this regimental, visit stores and have these meetings and that sort of thing, and that was after like I failed epically at being a handyman. So I just needed something to cradle me and keep me.
You were on Expresso.
Yeah. I mean, the back of me was on Expresso. Not nobody would ever know. It could be anybody, even somebody from Leon Schuster's films. But I went through this thing where like I colossally failed at one thing. Getting a job was like that reprieve. It gave me some breathing space, and it wasn't even 6 months, and I was itchy, and I was like, okay, I'll just do this little thing on the side, and I'll do that little thing on the side. So if it's part of you, it'll find a way to come out. if you're supposed to be singing might not be your job, but you'll probably find yourself singing at your desk or, singing wherever. So as much as I think to myself that I would consider taking a 9 to 5 and a desk job kind of thing, I think there's a part of me that'll always just be too itchy to go out and create and try something new and yeah.
Your career, your influence you have gained, has that opened up opportunities for you that would not have been possible?
Yeah.
Would you have remained a handyman or sitting in a desk job or whatever the case might be? Have you seen things that's so valuable to you that you actually can't?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things for me is the realization that like famous people are just people, and it's easy to say that when you watch or hear that when you're watching it on the TV or something, but it really is like some of the nicest people I know are like crazy famous with like loads of money and that sort of thing, and when you're not in that pool, it feels quite limiting, and you feel like I'll never get there, or I don't deserve to get there. And like even now I have imposter syndrome. Sometimes I'm standing in Rome like, what the heck am I doing here, man? Like it's very strange. So getting up to a higher level, climbing the rung in society, it's a little bit of a shock sometimes when people. I had Michael Owen send me a signed jersey the other day because we shot an ad at the beginning of the year, and I'm going, Michael Owen he signed a jersey and he sent it to me with like my name on. I'm like, that is absurd. That is so insanely crazy that like stuff like that happens. So like all these weird little opportunities that open up, and the people that I get to work with, it's really crazy, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity. But I also see how consistently showing up and doing your job has opened that, and it's not some ceiling, because I think before you get to like see this world, it just feels so far away, and I would never get there, and it's not for me, and whatever. And the reality is like anyone can just break into these rooms and circles, and not like criminally. Don't climb through a window, but I'm like, you could really escalate your craft to a high level, and it doesn't even mean like doing an OnlyFans or showing your bum to anybody. One of my favorite guys at the moment is this Francis. He's got like a fancy bourgeois surname, whatever. He's the trains guy in the UK. He started off just sharing how like he'd go to the train tracks, and like he'd go, I'm here today at the train tracks, and today engine number 256 is coming past, and this guy was so excited about this train. And then he'd go around just checking all the trains, and this guy's got a massive following now. He just lives like a crazy life. He buys his cars and stuff. On paper, like he wouldn't be a presenter or anything like that, but the world has fallen in love with him because he loves what he does.
He's passionate.
Yeah, and that's opened the doors. So if you're passionate about anything, I think you could probably climb quite high. And then when you're up here, you realize maybe there is a bit of gatekeeping. Let me not say there's no gatekeeping, but the world doesn't exist in this space where if you're born here, you stay here, and if you're born there, you stay here. The two can mix, and we've seen guys who are up here and now they're down there, and that sort of thing. So I think the privilege that I have now is to be able to realize that everybody's human, and therefore I can walk over to anybody and have a conversation and say, hey, I have an idea, can I pitch it to you?
Yeah.
And they might say it's a terrible idea, but I know 6 other famous people, so I'll take it to them.
Somewhere somebody will resonate with your idea. And that's the beauty of it, about creativity as well. You've got a viewpoint, I've got a viewpoint, and somewhere somebody else will match your viewpoint, and it works out, right? Yeah. But Themba, I would love to chat another 2 hours, because it seems like we would be able to.
Occasionally.
But unfortunately, our time is running out. So, but I just want to touch on the crux of a golden thread I picked up, that yes, it's tough. Yes, sometimes it's difficult. You lie awake worrying about this gig is cancelled, or where's cash going to come from now, or and that's a general business owner challenge. In the South African climate, we know how this goes. You've got clients not paying, or you've got jobs cancelling, or there needs to be an inflow for the outflow and all of the businessy stuff. At the end of the day, how do you stay motivated? What inspires you through the challenges so that you do not say, but I'm going to trade this for a desk job, for security, but you'd rather continue with this? What is your motivator?
There's motivation from a lot of things. I think you got to drive yourself towards something that's going to make you happy. But I think there's just something incredibly exciting about knowing that at any point, any day, and this is how I live my life even now. I'm convinced that in the next 2 days, someone might phone and say, we've got this crazy idea, we're going to send you to this part of the world and do a show. That might not happen this week, might happen in a month or two's time. But the reality is every morning when I wake up, I'll wake up and try and do the best that I can. You never know who out there is watching.
Yes.
There are people looking, coming here today, you're saying, you've seen some of my stuff. I'm like, what? Okay, that's cool. So you never know really who's watching, and you never know who's planning something for you. And that could be, if you're religious, that could be a God or a higher power, or maybe just somebody who likes your stuff. So it's that excitement that you got to embrace the challenges of life. If you're not working and being gritty about stuff, it doesn't even feel like you're doing anything. I want to be challenged, and like I say, there's just this real excitement that there's little opportunities every day, and what I'll do is put myself in line. Well, I suppose we've come full circle now. I'll put myself in line to try and get lucky, and you never know when luck is going to strike.
And becoming lucky, it's showing up every day consistently and working on your craft on a daily basis. And then we get back to what you said about what John T. Rhodes said, right?
Yeah. Now I've messed it up. Damn it! I've dropped the ball on the final stretch. We're going so well. The more I practice, the more lucky I get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So Themba, thank you for that. Thank you for investing this time into also for the couple of viewers that we do have, the couple of thousand that we do have, to inspire them that, live your dream, live your passion, because at the end of the day, that's where your freedom lies.
Yeah.
It's not in the desk job, it's not in the money, it's not in that invoice being paid, but it's in just working your passion, and then the rest will follow organically, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if there's one thing I could end off with is saying, in the modern era, people will pay you not for what you do, but for how you think. So it's not about what you're doing right now; it's how you process things and how your brain works now. So if you can only hit a hammer, if that's all you do, then okay, cool. But if you are hitting a hammer now, but you also know how to do a couple more things, that's where people are looking for.
Yeah, multi-skilled.
Yeah.
Awesome. Themba, it was such an honor having you on Unfiltered.
Appreciate
it. It's a lekker conversation. And then, guys, if you've got questions, we're going to review the comments. Let's see who figured out what we mentioned or in the beginning. So I'm going to check the timestamp as well, okay? So
commenting at the end like I knew it all along.
Yeah, we're still not going to give it away. We'll see what you're going to win. You're going to win an Unfiltered shirt or something. We'll figure out what you can win for the first comment that gets it right. But keep it short, eh?
Cut the camera.
So guys, if you want more exciting episodes like this, like the one we've had with Themba today and many of our other guests coming to share the essence of who they are and their passions, it just shows you that in South Africa, you can do whatever you want, wherever your passion lies, and be successful. What is success measured by? It's happiness. Themba loves making people laugh. You got a comment the other day where, thank you, I needed this. I haven't laughed in such a long time. And your video, your content made me laugh. So guys, go and watch Themba's stuff on his channels. Website, socials, what do you have?
Socials, just put Themba Robin, Themba with an H, or Robin, as in the boy Robin, not the one with a Y. Themba Robin on internet, and something will come up.
Please go and support him. Book him. book
I'm
Themba.
available. Got a gig that cancelled the other day, so I'm free now.
I've seen him live. I've seen him present. I've seen some of his shows, and guys, it's a treat. You won't be disappointed in booking Themba for your corporate events, for MC events. He will truly make a difference in your event as well, and how it's presented, and he'll make sure that everybody has a good giggle. Themba, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
For more content like this, go and...
I chose the wrong time.
I did chest yesterday. That actually hurt. For more episodes like this, go and like, share, and subscribe all our channels, but also Themba's, please. So we'll add all his handles in the descriptions. Our team will do that. And till the next episode, guys, thank you so much. Have a good one. Cheers.
Feel the heat. No holding back, no playing it safe. We're taking up space, we're setting the pace. Louder than ever. Here we come. Unfiltered.